Have you ever wondered how Cleopatra, one of the most famous women in history, rose to power? Our story begins with Cleopatra's roots in the Ptolemaic dynasty, a line of Greek rulers in Egypt founded by Ptolemy, one of Alexander the Great's generals. This family was known for their ruthless power struggles, and Cleopatra was no exception. But it wasn't just her royal blood that propelled her to the throne. Far from it. Cleopatra was highly educated, fluent in numerous languages, and showed a remarkable grasp of political strategy from an early age. She was co-ruler with her younger brother, but it wasn't long before she ousted him to become the sole ruler of Egypt. This was a woman who knew how to play the game of thrones and play it well. Thus, Cleopatra's rise to power was not merely a product of lineage, but of her sharp intellect and political savvy. What was the significance of Cleopatra's relationship with Julius Caesar? Now, let's delve into this intriguing chapter of history. Cleopatra, the clever and ambitious queen of Egypt, formed a strategic alliance with Julius Caesar, one of Rome's most powerful figures. This was no ordinary relationship. It was part of a grand strategy, a political maneuver that would secure her throne and expand her influence. Cleopatra's alliance with Caesar was a masterstroke. It offered mutual benefits. Caesar gained a valuable ally in the rich and strategically located Egypt, while Cleopatra received military backing to solidify her power in Egypt. This alliance also resulted in a son, Caesarion, further binding the destinies of Rome and Egypt. Their relationship had profound implications, influencing the political landscape of both Egypt and Rome. It reshaped the dynamics of power and set the stage for the next act of this historical drama. This alliance not only strengthened Cleopatra's position, but also dramatically reshaped the political landscape. How did Cleopatra's alliance with Mark Antony shape the fate of the East? It's a question that takes us back to the time when Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, and Mark Antony, a Roman general, forged a powerful alliance. Their shared vision for the East was not just about amassing power, but also creating a harmonious blend of their cultures. However, their alliance was a direct challenge to Rome's supremacy. This led to the pivotal Battle of Actium, a naval clash that pitted the combined forces of Cleopatra and Antony against the might of Octavian, the future Emperor Augustus. The battle was fierce, with neither side willing to back down, but in the end, Octavian emerged victorious, marking the downfall of Cleopatra and Antony. The alliance and subsequent Battle of Actium were key turning points in Cleopatra's reign and the history of the East. What made Cleopatra not just a queen, but a living deity? This question leads us to an intriguing facet of Cleopatra's reign. Cleopatra didn't just rule Egypt, she personified it, adopting the persona of the goddess Isis, the ancient Egyptian deity of motherhood, magic, and fertility. She was more than a political leader. She was a divine figure, a living embodiment of the gods. This was not merely a fancy title or an ego boost, it was a strategic move, a means of cementing her authority and a way to ensure her subjects' unwavering loyalty. By portraying herself as a reincarnation of Isis, she became an unchallengeable figure, a goddess whose commands were divine decrees. This divine status was critical in a society where religion and politics were closely intertwined. In the end, Cleopatra's divine status was a powerful tool in maintaining loyalty among her subjects. What made Cleopatra such an effective negotiator? Well, Cleopatra was a polyglot, a person who speaks multiple languages. She was not only the queen of Egypt, but also the queen of tongues. She reportedly spoke 9 languages, including Egyptian, Greek, Latin, and Hebrew. This exceptional linguistic ability was a powerful tool in her diplomatic arsenal. Being able to converse directly with foreign dignitaries without the need for interpreters gave her an edge. It allowed her to establish a personal connection and rapport with other leaders. This, combined with her keen understanding of politics and her shrewdness, made her a formidable negotiator. Whether she was dealing with Julius Caesar, Mark Antony, or the representatives of various nations, she used her words to charm, persuade, and sometimes intimidate. Ultimately, Cleopatra's linguistic and diplomatic skills were key to her successful negotiations with powerful leaders. How did Cleopatra transform Egypt's economy? This question brings to light a lesser-known aspect of Cleopatra's rule. Cleopatra wasn't just a queen of charm and charisma, she was a queen of economic acumen as well. She understood that Egypt's prosperity depended on its economy, and so she undertook a series of reforms and projects to stabilize and enrich it. She implemented a new system of taxation, overhauled the bureaucracy, and initiated infrastructure projects to boost Egypt's economy. But her most significant contribution was her effort to establish new trade routes. She expanded Egypt's maritime trade, reaching out to far-off lands, bringing in valuable goods, and opening up new markets for Egypt's products. This not only boosted Egypt's economy, but also strengthened its position on the global stage. Her strategic decisions and economic reforms marked a period of prosperity and growth in Egypt's history. Cleopatra's economic reforms significantly stabilized and enriched Egypt's economy. How did Cleopatra contribute to the cultural and intellectual life of her kingdom, one might ask? Cleopatra was a visionary. She wasn't just a political leader, but a patron of arts and sciences who fostered an environment of intellectual growth in her kingdom. Under her rule, Alexandria, the capital of Egypt, emerged as a major center for culture and learning. Cleopatra herself was an educated woman, well-versed in mathematics, philosophy, and astronomy. She understood the importance of knowledge and used her position to promote intellectual pursuits. She generously funded the arts, encouraging artists, poets, and playwrights to create works that resonated with the intellectual curiosity of the time. In the field of sciences, Cleopatra's support was instrumental in the growth of various disciplines like medicine, astronomy, and geography. She played a crucial role in the development of the Library of Alexandria, a beacon of knowledge that attracted scholars from all over the world. Under Cleopatra's rule, Alexandria flourished as a hub of culture and learning. Was Cleopatra's true power in her beauty or her intelligence? A question that has puzzled historians for centuries. Cleopatra, the last queen of Egypt, has been immortalized in history, art, and pop culture as a symbol of seductive beauty. But is this portrayal accurate, or is it a myth spun by those who perhaps underestimated her intellectual prowess? Cleopatra's allure seems to have been more about her charisma, intelligence, and political acumen, rather than just physical beauty. She was known to be incredibly smart, with a keen understanding of politics and diplomacy. She could converse in multiple languages, which allowed her to negotiate with powerful leaders directly, without the need for interpreters. It's time we re-evaluate the narrative. Cleopatra was more than just a pretty face. She was a shrewd and capable leader who used her wit and charm to maintain her power and influence. Cleopatra's true power lay not in her beauty, but in her intelligence and political savvy. What mysteries surround the death of Cleopatra? The final act of the Egyptian queen's life is shrouded in as much mystery as it is drama. Ancient sources suggest that Cleopatra committed suicide, but the exact circumstances remain an enigma. Did she truly die by the bite of an asp, as some accounts propose, or was it a poison vial that ended her life? The demise of Cleopatra marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the annexation of Egypt by Rome. Her death, whether by snakebite or poison, was a symbolic act, a final testament of defiance against the inevitable Roman conquest. Theories abound regarding the nature of her death, but one thing is certain. Cleopatra's death was not merely the end of a queen's reign, but a pivotal moment in history, signaling the close of Egypt's independence and the birth of Roman Egypt. Cleopatra's death marked not only the end of her reign, but the end of an era. What is the enduring legacy of Cleopatra? This question invites us to explore the enduring influence of one of the most enigmatic figures in history. Cleopatra's legacy reaches far beyond her reign as the Queen of Egypt. She has been immortalized in art, literature, and popular culture, often depicted as a woman of immense beauty and charm. However, her true power lay in her intelligence and political savvy. Her story has been retold countless times, each version shaped by the era and the teller's perspective. From Shakespeare's tragic heroine to her Hollywood portrayals, Cleopatra has been cast in many roles, each reflecting the values and preoccupations of the time. These depictions highlight the power of narrative and myth in shaping our understanding of history. They remind us that history is not just a collection of facts, but a rich tapestry of stories, interpretations, and perspectives. Cleopatra's story, entwined with myth and history, continues to fascinate us today, reminding us of the power of narrative in shaping our understanding of the past. So we've journeyed through Cleopatra's life, her reign, and her enduring legacy. From her strategic alliances to her economic innovations, her story paints a vivid picture of an exceptional queen. If you enjoyed this exploration of Cleopatra's life, don't forget to share the video, give it a like, and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing historical content.